Peace, $1.50. You already know. Listen, time is out. You know what I'm saying? The time is now. Click on the link in the description. Make your purchase. You know what I'm saying? Just review what's there. And, it's set up a little bit different. I made a couple of changes. Nothing major, but, headed towards the summertime. The summer is going to be crazy. The summer has the challenges of the heat, the pandemic, the escalated transferring of COVID-19. COVID-19 is transferred even after the vaccine was distributed. So you have to still wear your mask. Wear your mask. Don't play around with no pandemic that's going to kill you. See how it kills you is it kills you in a way that you depend on the system. You depend on if you catch COVID-19, going to the hospital and getting treated. That's not what's going to happen. You catch COVID-19, you go to the hospital, and there's so many people there with COVID-19, you die because they can't treat you. That's the way it is. That's what's going on right now. Wear your mask. It's not worth dying for. You know what I'm saying? This has only been going on a year, and it's 625,000 bodies. Now, when you click on the link in the description, you'll notice the changes that I made are in no less of a place than what I'm conveying to you right now. You have the option or the opportunity to capitalize off of these situations before you're in death's way completely. Don't be in death's way and try and catch on then, because death's way is a dangerous place to be. You can't get out realistically. So you have to be careful every step of the way now. It's not like it used to be. It's not like it was. It's not even like how it used to be, because this never happened before. There are talks of COVID-19 pills, but COVID-19 pills don't solve the issue. All it does is vaccinates. Vaccinating means prevent you from catching the disease of COVID-19. Vaccinated doesn't mean you catch COVID-19 and you take the pill and it's gone. That's not that. You have pills like Regeneron and things like that help you once you catch COVID-19. It's a different medication process. It's a different medication. COVID-19 attacks the lungs. It depletes the lungs of oxygen, of its ability to produce oxygen. So you have to be careful of something that dangerous, because once it strikes you, and it's no turning back. It's a fight right there. If you get the Regeneron and the treatment you're supposed to get, sure, you're good. But if you don't get the treatment you're supposed to get, and you get to the hospital and the hospital is flooded, you're not good. You're in a situation where it appears to be real because you got vaccinated, everything's going well, nobody's wearing masks, everybody's in large crowds of audiences, with no mask on. And until you realize the difference, you're a statistic in the COVID-19 extreme. This has been going on for, since COVID-19. When COVID-19 first hit, they was just putting people in body bags. And they ran out of body bags. They was just throwing them out the back and into a freezer. People was piling up that quickly. In the major metropolitan areas, COVID-19 was spreading so impossibly that they had, like bunkers set up in the parking lots and things like that. And when they couldn't treat them anymore, they just threw them out, threw the people out. It's like that now. It's peaking right now. It's peaking. The patients are piling up in the hospitals, and you can't get treated. So when you're not wearing a mask in large crowds, you don't have to wear a mask if you're outside by yourself. But if you get into a crowded grocery store or, somewhere where it's other people, wear your mask. That vaccine is not guaranteed to save your life if you get sick from COVID-19. It's not guaranteed. You have to secure your own interests and wear a mask. It's not that impossible to wear a mask. It's not that impossible to practice social distancing. It's not that impossible to wash your hands. It's not that impossible. But when you don't wash your hands, you don't practice social distancing, you don't wear a mask, and you get the vaccine, and some people get the vaccine and don't even get the second dose. They don't even get the booster shot, the second dose to guarantee that you won't catch COVID-19. So saying that to say, be safe out there. You know what I'm saying? Summertime, be safe. Now the album Time is crazy. Crazy album. Because you thinking you already heard it. You might have heard a couple of quality, aspects of Time, but when Time chemistry links in with the I got a new computer, an HP computer, so you have an idea what I'm talking about. I have an HP computer. When I purchased the computer, I purchased it and they mailed it to me in the mail. When they mailed it to me in the mail, I wrote on the box the date, the dates and the times and Hearts Club, Diamond Spades, and I went through the experience that way. When I unboxed the computer, it was with the reason of interlocking, the time of day and Twitter, Twitter tweets, because I take a picture, post it on Twitter and, things like that every step of the way. So it interlocks. So when I posted my album for sale, Time, Friday, it was Thursday. It was Thursday evening, about 11 o'clock. I posted Time for sale. But it was posted for sale geared towards midnight. It says Time is midnight on the album. Click on the link in the description. You'll see it. It says Time is midnight. That's when the album actually was for sale. It was for sale prior to midnight, but where Time interlocked with the purchase, the transaction of the computer, and the chemistry of Twitter. It's crazy. Time is crazy that way. That's how crazy Time is. Once it interlocks with the transaction and Twitter and the cardboard, with the date, time, and once that happens, you're talking a different chemistry. I had one tweet geared towards infinity. I geared one tweet like that, and I just said, I'll go in that direction when time allows, not chasing death or not chasing the qualities of science in a time experience. Time is different. Time is like, I just go in there and strike, and it's like, hold on. That's the gold king. You just go in there and strike. But time is more like you have an audience of a large crowd, and you doing an introduction, and the introduction is rudely interrupted by some character in your mind, and time goes in there and takes them out of there. It's crazy. You have to purchase time. But when you purchase time, make sure you purchase time with the chemistry that's surrounding time. Time has a chemistry circulating where you'll see a tweet of a Jeep vehicle. and the Jeep vehicle have MASH written on the front of it. MASH 4077. You know, MASH, the TV show MASH, you know, what the medical show. It was a medical show where, you know, they was at war. They was at war, and they had medical, staff, you know, on usually on the premises, you know, throughout the war, throughout the experience of war. But saying that to say, time has that quality, but it doesn't lose its direction of hip hop. Hip hop is a platform at this point. Hip hop is a platform. Time is the chain of events that transfers throughout the hip hop platform experience. That's time. You might get to a track and it says, "Bitches kill Jesus." You know what I'm saying? You know, when you get to a track that goes into time and quotes a bitch killing Jesus, you talking, that's quality. That's quality. Nobody has that type of quality. How I created that quality was I took a Bible. I put Heart Clubs Diamond Space on a page, particularly, it could have been 345. Page 345. I don't remember. I don't recall exactly what page it was, but I can go and get the Bible and show you, you know, how I did it. I put bitch on one page, and I put Jesus on the other page, and I put the hands of time, a clock around bitch, one page, and I put a clock around Jesus on the next page. Now I put Hearts, Clubs, Diamond, Spades from page to page. I put summer, fall, winter, spring from page to page. Summer, fall, winter, spring from page to page. I put day and night from page to page. I put Moderna, Pfizer, Johnson Johnson, Novavax, newly introduced to the Food and Drug Administration. I put that from page to page, 4 sections, 4 categories. And when I created my rhyme, my lyric, it was with the reason of those extremes of the Bible being polarized in one location. It was within those realms. And when you have a situation like that it's never happened before, it's history in the making. Time itself. So what you have is a creation in hip hop that never existed before, and people are trying to grasp it. They're trying to steal it. They're trying to want it. They want to have it. Time. They want to control time. It's theirs. They want it. It's ours. Don't let nobody have it. It's ours. Don't give it away. Well, time, you can buy time, and time gives you the ownership of time where it's never before existed with the same understanding. You can click on the link in the description, make a purchase of time, make a purchase of the Gold King, make a purchase of Weed Legal. Weed Legal is now playing. You can play through the whole album of Weed Legal right now. You click on the link in the description, and you can listen to Weed Legal intensely. Intensely, because when I say intensely, it's based on the understanding of whoever handled Weed Legal not perceiving Weed Legal to be that relevant, not handling Weed Legal as if it was delicate information. Don't let this fall, don't let this fall. This is real. Not handling it like that. Handling it like, some out of control psycho in a psycho movie where the information would suggest, welcome to Ghana, Africa. You can be from Italy. I'm not mad at you. Your actions speak for itself. But when it comes back at you, Don't think it won't be a rat-tat-tat-a-cha. A arm, a leg, an arm, and a head. A arm, a leg, an arm, and a head. On a chessboard, there's no such thing as a white king. My every move has been challenged by the fact that the white man has attempted to destroy every form of life, including human beings. On a chessboard, everybody's seeing the white king. You know, just saying that to say, Weed Legal is so crazy of an album that it sounds preposterous for somebody to misconstrue the elements contained within Weed Legal, to misconstrue that. So when you have the option to just click on the link in the description and listen to it, you know, to see exactly what's going on with Weed Legals, just see what the person was missing from that perspective. See what the person could have possibly been looking at to ignore. We did not acknowledge Weed Legal on face value. How did the person handle Weed Legal? You know, you have the option, as I expressed to you, to go in there and see exactly what the person saw from that perspective. And you be the judge of the actions, because I've been redirected as a direct result of Weed Legal not transferring. I've been redirected up to date, but I haven't given up. I haven't given up. When I was redirected, my redirection only was an estimation of not being at that location and time, not being at that company. You know, the company that I was dealing with, you know, they just mishandled information in my estimation. So when you have a situation where they mishandled the information and I didn't stop there, I didn't give up, I'm not going to tell you exactly what avenues I took, but Colorado was in the process of legalizing weed. I went to Colorado, didn't go there physically, called on the phone. Colorado, can you do business with me with Weed Legal? I just made this album, and the name of it is Weed Legal. It has implements of weed being legal, but it doesn't just talk primarily of weed being legal. It talks about the history of America. It talks about current conditions in America. It talks about the government got ways of getting you aroused to the point of having an erection, climaxing, having kids, just part of the system. It talks about 1,000 roses, such would astound you. The joy of children laughing around you. These are the makings of you. I was born on August 29th, 1968, as TLC, Terrence Lamont Collins, with the hopes and dreams of someday being great. Riding my bike all day, sneaking on and off the New York City buses and subways. Yo, it got so crazy on Weed Legal that to perceive how the person understood Weed Legal at the time of Weed Legal being in their possession, because Weed Legal wasn't only in their possession as an album. Weed Legal was in their possession individually, tracks individually. When I first went in the booth, it was only within reason of practicing. Check 1 2, check 1 2, yeah, 1 2 $1.50. You know, I did a couple of lines like that. And when I did a couple of lines, I said, let me see how it sound. And it played it back, and I listened to it, and then I said, all right, I know how I sound. I went home, I rehearsed my lines. When I rehearsed my lines, I did track after track after track. They had sample CDs with music on them, you know, of different R&B, different music, not all hip hop. So I took whatever they had and composed my lyrics. That's why you have, you know, artists like Lauryn Hill in my music and things like that. So what you have is you have a R&B situation, but I don't listen to R&B. I don't make R&B music. So when that happened, I extremely objected to R&B after the extremes of R&B tried to take over my rhymes. You know, I'm a hip hop artist completely. Hip hop originated in Brooklyn, New York. So when you have somebody, you know, from R&B trying to take over hip hop, you know, it's preposterous. R&B may have existed for some time prior to hip hop, but hip hop has a dominance about it. Like, don't touch my music. You know what I mean? Don't touch my music. Hip hop has a dominance about it that you're on the front line of battle, and you know this latest game, you know the latest hustle. You do all that. You know what I mean? The experience is real, so it's like, don't touch none of that. You know what I mean? You don't understand where I'm coming from. You know what I'm saying? So listen. When each track was handled individually, the tracks were handled individually in a way that I would make one track and I would take it to Times Square, to that same business location. I would make 2 tracks, 3 tracks. I would take it back to that same business location. And all the way up until I did an album, got to album status, 16 tracks. That's a lot of music, 16 tracks. Some people make 20, 30 tracks. I made 16 tracks and they was all fire. All of them. You click on the link in the description, you can measure what I'm saying as opposed to, you know, how the person handled Weed Legal. You can weigh it. You can put it on your own scale of judgment and weigh it. So when I took each track individually on 2 tracks, 3 tracks, you know, to Times Square, it was within reason of being determined to be successful. I'm successful right now. BMW owes me $3 quadrillion. $3 quadrillion because they were in the process of, they agreed to purchase the hip hop studio, not the hip hop studio that I'm functioning on now. This is portion of it, but this is the new computer I'm broadcasting on also, I might add. So this is going to be more precise. This is not going to be precise like, you know, the other computer. This is going to be precise like a new computer. This a little bit different. But listen, $3 quadrillion was agreed for the hip hop headquarters. Now, when the $3 quadrillion was agreed, they didn't pay. They said, pack everything up. We're gonna pick it up. So I packed everything up and they never picked it up. So now, you know, I'm doing a hip hop headquarters. That's going to be that's fraud, you know, in its estimation. That's fraud. But my point is, I'm doing the hip hop headquarters, so that was just a core of the hip hop headquarters branching off into BMW. They was going to put it in the museum and treasure it for years to come. That was my understanding. This all took place at the BMW museum, might I add. So saying all that to say, I was taking the single tracks to Times Square to a company. I'm not going to reveal the company because it's like every time I talk about it, it puts the person in danger. So I said I won't just put the person in danger unless the person put me in more danger or equivalent danger by redirecting me this far. So the person blames other people and things like that. It's never etched in stone exactly whose fault it is, but you know, the abandonment of your identity has to be accounted for right now. The abandonment is real. Because when I don't have transportation, when I don't have the proper clothes on, right now I have merch on it appears to be dangerous. You know, I don't look at it as dangerous. I look at it as art, but it's dangerous digitally transferring on this new computer, on on this M50 camera. It's a new computer, HP, might I add. It's an M50 camera, and it's a Philips screen monitor, and a snowball mic, and the chemistry is just brilliant. It's a brilliant chemistry. I haven't watched the playback yet, but you're receiving a live broadcast. Click on the link in the description. Listen to Weed Legal and see how it appeared to be in the hands of someone mishandling Weed Legal. Purchase time. Purchase time. It'll be your only option or opportunity to purchase time from here on into the future. You will never be able to purchase time ever again. You'll be able to purchase Time, the album, but you won't be able to purchase or capture the moment of Weed Legal transferring the Gold King, Time itself. You won't be able to capture it all at once ever again. Maybe if you replay this back, you will, but you won't be able to do this live the way it is happening now. Listen to Weed Legal. It's playing now. You can just click play and listen to it and just intensely listen to what the person was listening to at the time that the music was delivered, hand delivered. And there was times where I would catch the Greyhound bus all the way to New York City, and I would go to the post office once in New York City, deliver the Weed Legal to the post office, address it to the company, and pay for it. I would pay for it. I would pay for postage every single time. Every single time. I'm not playing. This is documented information. It wasn't at first. At first it was hand delivered and nobody knew exactly what was going on. Once I went to James A. Farley Post Office nearby the Port Authority, a few blocks away, not no less than walking distance. Small walk to a turtle. So saying that to say, the difference of Weed Legal transferring in all those different directions. I didn't stop at that location. I transferred Weed Legal in different directions, consistent with my First Amendment freedom of speech, freedom of press, right to redress the government with grievances, and freedom of religion. Weed Legal is all of that. First Amendment of the United States Constitution, Weed Legal is there. You have to see it to believe it. It's unheard of. Weed Legal is unheard of. You have to see it to believe it. Now, when you have people tampering with the contents of Weed Legal, they're trying to stake their claim. They want to hold Weed Legal captive. They want it to be theirs. They want to own Weed Legal. Weed Legal is weed being legal. It has a presence. It's not to be owned. Weed Legal is mine. I'm the creator of Weed Legal. Time is time itself. It has qualities of time itself within it. And it speaks of the pandemic. It speaks of different situations of stimulus checks, vaccines, and COVID-19 extremes. It speaks of that. So when you have the Gold King, what it does is you play chess. You play chess. So when you play chess, you have an understanding of black versus white. When you have an understanding of black versus white in chess, it's as if black people would be challenging white people and the precision be chess-like to some extent. This for years people have used that chemistry. But, when you have that type of chemistry and people can connect with it, black people, white people can connect with the chess chemistry on the chessboard, the Gold King is not the same thing. It's the earth's natural element, gold. The opposing side is silver, not a person. When you have these elements and extremes of chemistry on a chessboard, it's no in-betweens. It's like having a ruler on one end, a gold ruler and a silver ruler, and they ching, 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 gold and silver rulers, because the rules of the chessboard are dimensional, 64 squares. You have 16 pieces, I have 16 pieces. We use these 16 pieces and combat the maneuvers of the opponent. It's impossible to understand. But when you have this, you have an understanding of war with ruler precision, where at one point it was black versus white, with black pieces, white pieces. Gold versus silver is the chemistry, ching, ching, ruler against ruler, and the precision crazy. Now, it's no different than a regular chess chemistry, but when you take the pieces and individually align the identity of each piece, hip-hop as a catalyst, you talking advanced understanding of all of existence. The Gold King. I represent all things. I exist in a 360. The Gold King. Now, that's so crazy that it travels that in a direction of the possibilities of not dying one day. The pie travels in that direction. Nobody knows if it's possible of not dying. We just know that it travels in that direction. There is no death. Quotes the Gold King. So when you have a situation where that level of information with that precision and impossibilities of not people, elements, gold, silver, battling for each precision of chemistry on a chessboard, medical extremes, law, science, history, everything in existence, hip-hop. You have that. And when you have time has those qualities, but it's not as precise as the Gold King. But you can't listen to Gold King now, but you listen to it when it was initially composed. Now you have the opportunity to purchase time in a way that you listen to some of the aspects of time, but you don't know the combinations, the chemistry of time. You buy the album, you buy time, and you listen to it, and you go through an experience of one track saying one thing, and then the way you listen to it at first not being in the same place as it was when you buy it. Crazy. You have to buy time. Listen to Weed Legal. Know how it was mishandled. Learn your way around. Click on the link in the description. Learn what the person has done up to date. Don't misjudge this person, because he's blaming them, the Confederacy. He's blaming them, the Ku Klux Klan. He's blaming them, the government. Weed Legal is talking about them and Weed Legal. Now, when he's blaming them and Weed Legal, did they do it? You have to wonder. Peace, $1.50. Click on the link in the description. Most importantly, if you don't make a purchase, donate. Just donate, because you're going to listen to Weed Legal and you're going to say, this person's supposed to have been paid up to date. Peace. Dolla50.